So FPL this week was a rather disappointing week, with my bench picking up around 16 points and my actual team only getting 48. It saw a massive red arrow down by quite a lot. But let's take a look at my team. What went wrong this week? Tony had a smacking game week. Same for Saka. Ben White came in clutch. New transfer Ben Chilwell did. But the rest of my new signings, Anthony, Darwin, Cancelo, Bowen, did not do very well. It was rather sad. I played my wild card this week. Whereas if you take a look at the week before, I had Shah, Perisic, Gomez. These guys all got 6, 8, 9. Salah scored. So overall, I played my wild card and it didn't go as well as I would have liked it to have gone. But that is life. And today we're going to bounce back. We're going to pick my team for the next game week. So straight away we can see we've got Maddison on the bench after he picked up a stupid yellow card, man. It's really not good to pick up a last minute yellow card and get suspended for FPL when you've got the rest of your team in a blank game week. But I guess he was trying to win. It does make sense, I guess. Diving doesn't know. Currently I'm on captain for Darwin. Is he going to play? That's my only issue. I thought he was going to play against Man City. He played against Arsenal and he scored. Oh, it's tricky. I'm tempted to risk it. I'm very tempted to risk it. However, I also want to transfer out somebody. And you know what I'm leaning to right now? So let me go on transfers. My one transfer for free this week. I'm not going to make any additional transfers because I don't want to miss. I don't want to lose too much. But I'm thinking of taking out Cancelo, getting in Andy Robertson for Liverpool. Now, Liverpool, are they starting to find some form? Alexander-Arnold might be back, but after a solid game week from Joe Gomez, is Alexander-Arnold going to play? Van Dijk will play. Robertson, I think, is almost guaranteed to start. So, Robertson is going in the team, most definitely. And then if I take a look... Oh, it's tempting though. I could go for Alexander-Arnold. He's got a much better attacking return. But I just think that Robertson right now is a safer bet because I want a clean sheet against West Ham. So I'm going to keep in Andy Robertson and just pray and hope that he starts and pray and hope that he gets a nice assist. Now, the other move that I'm potentially considering is with 9.1 in the bank. If I take a look at the Liverpool midfield, I wouldn't mind getting in somebody like, I don't know, obviously Diaz is injured, Salah's a bit too expensive. Jota's now injured, so I think that Darwin is definitely going to play. Most likely a Darwin, Firmino and Salah up top, which is kind of good for captaincy options. I would like to have Salah in the team. I got rid of him after my wild card. I think that, yeah, for now I'm not actually going to get him in. I'm just going to hold. Mason Mount, after he scored 2 this week, is a very, very big player who I'm very tempted to get in. Spurs, again, I wouldn't mind a Spurs player. I wouldn't mind Son, but at 11.8 million, he's very, very expensive. Kulusevski is still injured. Kane, absolutely on fire. However, 11.4 million is also quite expensive. However, if Kulusevski was in, he would play because obviously Richarlison's now injured. So Kulusevski's on my watch list. I've always liked him as a player. It just depends. Do I want to make another transfer this week and get Maddison out? Right now, Robertson is done. I'm not going to play my free hit. I'm going to save that for another game week. And there it is. There is how we're lining up. So we're going to have Bowen, Burn, swapping over. Andreas, Haaland. Let's do this right now. Osaka. Hopefully Zuma's feeling fit. Get in Edison to the bench. And there is how we're lining up at the moment. I'm going to stick with Darwin captain as Jota's probably injured. He's got very good attacking returns. And having good attacking returns, I think in a game week like this, it's going to prove pivotal. It's a very much a differential play. About 5.9% selection rate. So, yeah, let me know what you think of this team. I mean, Ivan Toney's on penalties. Chelsea are in good form. Again, it's a tempting captain, but I think I'm going to stick with this team. I think that the only transfer I consider is maybe Maddison to Trossard. However, Trossard is 5.9 million. And then I have to get Maddison back, but I want to get Cancelo back for game week 13 because they're playing Brighton. So right now, it really is quite the dilemma. But I'm going to stick with a 4-4-2. Darwin up top, Tony captain. And I'm expecting a clean sheet from Leicester's Ward. quite possibly. Again, Burn from Everton, not Zuma. Chilwell, possibly. West Ham, Robertson, possibly. Tottenham versus Man United could be a very feisty game. So I think there's good potential for Anthony to score a little goal here and there. Again, was he unlucky at the weekend? Should he have scored? Yeah, there's possibly a few chances where he could have got an assist or a goal. Bowen against Liverpool, I'm not expecting too much, to be honest, but he's got a good run of fixtures after that. So, for example, if we take a look at his fixtures, obviously Liverpool's very tough. Bournemouth is potentially a goal in that. Same for Man United, Crystal Palace, Leicester. And then after Arsenal, again, he's got a decent run of fixtures. So we're keeping Bowen in right now. He's been on good form recently, except the last game week. Andreas Pereira, again, he's getting the odd 6, he's getting the odd 5. And Tony's obviously, I almost got rid of him. Thank goodness I did not. The magic man, look at that. 12, 5, 1, 2, 17, 1, 2, 8, 9, 8. So he's on good form as well. So the team's on good form. Some interesting fixtures. We're going for a very big differential this week with Darwin as our captain. You never know. This is his game when he's going to pop off. I feel it. Now, I know Darwin's my captain. The only thing that slightly worries me is the fact that he's not got much minutes against Man City. He didn't get many minutes against Brighton. And obviously he was suspended for 3 games in between this period here for a silly headbutt. But he scored and got an assist on the very first day of the season, which I think, to get a red card at that point, he's never got the ball rolling. I think after the Arsenal goal, the goal in the Europa League, maybe Klopp didn't want to risk it, such a arguably temperamental player after the red card in a feisty game like Man City. But now that Jota's picked up a slight injury, as we said, I think that he could be a very influential player. Now, if we take a look at his stats, net transfers in 8,781. After the first game week, he had 251,000 in. Then loads out, then loads back in when he started playing again. And then we've had 2 weeks of transfers out because he just didn't play. And obviously, if you don't play 2 games, you're gonna suffer. But I got him for 8.8 million. It's a bit of a risky one. But if we take a look at the fixtures after West Ham, we've got Nottingham Forest, which is a fantastic fixture. And if he rolls in a few goals at West Ham, or an assist, or he keeps his place in the team, Nottingham Forest conceded the most goals out of anybody and the expected goals this season. Obviously, Leicester, who are bottom of the league, they lost to 4-0. So it really is quite a high potential here for some good returns. Obviously, Spurs is going to be their toughest game. Spurs are playing quite well. However, I don't think Spurs' defence is solid enough that they're going to not concede a lot of goals. So I've been taking a look at a few other YouTubers' teams. Darwin's not even on the mention, although Salah, after his goal at the weekend, I think it puts him in prime contention for captaincy. Because Haaland's obviously gone. So for the first game week in a lot, people aren't going to be captaining Haaland. I know a few people that have gone a bit rogue in the last few weeks. For example, my dad captained Kane. And again, Kane's going to be up there for a captaincy choice. 0.98 expected goals. Trossard, 0.47 expected goals. I think for me, after he's blanked the last 2 weeks, it's too risky. I know Darwin's even riskier, but I feel like Nottingham Forest are obviously not the best team this season. They conceded a lot, but I don't know. Out of them 3, I go with Salah. If I could get Salah, I would. But the best of my team right now, I think, for captaincy and returns, and especially form, is going to be Darwin. I think that Robertson is also an alternative if I really want to take a risk, but then that obviously limits my potential returns to about 12. If I'm lucky, maybe he'll get an assist. So Anthony's too risky, I think. Same for Bowen against Liverpool. Same for Andreas. Same for Tony. Let me know, guys. It's tough, man. It's so tough this week. But thank you for watching. Take care. Subscribe down below. And I'll see you later in the week for our roundup.